Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. We got Cardo Dudley Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpey Jr. And look, man, back-to-back wins for the Wizards. I know Cardell. One of the things you were talking about literally a couple nights ago was about them trying to build winning habits as this season comes to a close. Um, this was an up and down game. Like it's 26 lead changes, 15 times it was tied. Um, but similar to the other night, I got to I gotta just want to give him credit for it. Mentally staying with it. You saw Kuz have a horrible night offensively until late. They got a lot of different folks kind of step in at different times, and for the second time in a couple nights, Rashawn Holmes' impact on this game was huge. Um, a couple big stops late in this one, just walling up, being a physical presence at the rim, creating some second chance points for them. Uh, wasn't exactly the same script as the other night, but some of the same errors. Had 18 turnovers. Somehow it didn't cost them as much um, as it did the other night, but still, credit to them for getting it done. Had some good execution late, mixed with some bad execution as well. But it's back-to-back wins. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, they found a way to win, and that's something we haven't seen throughout the majority of the season. Team gonna go on runs. That just comes with the territory. It's just do they have enough resolve to fight back and go on the run to counter what the other team does and do what is needed to pull out a win. And they did that again, tonight, man. Yeah, the turnovers and as well as putting the Raptors on the free throw line kept them in it. They don't turn the ball over and they defend without fouling. They get probably a nice double-digit win. You know what I mean? And you're just seeing more fight right now as the season comes to a close, man. And that's what I wanted to see. I've been saying it the last few games. Look, the season been over, but you got to build habits. You got to build like a standard moving into the off season, where whoever they add, whoever they draft, when they bring in free agents, whatever, when they come into the fold, and they kind of you can see the leadership is starting to be established by Kuz and Denny and even Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is becoming, he came. You can tell he just matured throughout the season, and it took for him to hit rock bottom for him to be like, all right, man, to do that thing that a lot of players struggle with, and that self-evaluate and come out and really figure out what type of player he needed to be instead of what he wants to be. And the player he needs to be is much better than the one he wanted to be, and he's having more of an all-around impact. You know what I mean? Just with his facilitating, the rebounds, the efficient scoring. It's a totally different cat. Even in 3 steals, look, he may never be a lockdown defender. I'll never say never. You can always improve in that area, man. But he's actually making guys have to throw counters at him instead of just having guys just beat him off the first move, get the first step, beat him off the first bounce, and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? He's actually competing on that end. You know what I'm saying? So you add in what he like tonight, 18 and 12. We're gonna get into it with 4 rebounds with 3 steals on 6 of 14. Hey man, that's a complete game. And that's what they've been needing from him all along. You know what I mean? So the balance scoring, the leadership from Kuz and Denny, you can kind of see the team kind of tilting that way where you the guys show lead us to the promised land. I like what Rashawn Holmes is bringing. Even if, let's say, in the draft they draft a big man, I feel they should keep Holmes because once again, that's a bet to show him whoever that young boy that they draft. If I'm just saying if they go that way, I don't know. Show that young boy how to be a pro. So that is not such growing pains with him trying to figure things out, man. But all in all, man, another win where they fought. They got knocked down, they got back up and found a way to win, and that's encouraging because we all know, for the majority of the season, especially before All-Star break, man, once they got hit in the first half, it was over. The game was over, and it was just a matter if they was gonna lose by 20 or 30.
Yeah, I like the point you were talking about. I know you're personally talking about Jordan Poole with his maturation. I feel like almost for the group as the years went on, regardless of what it took for them to get to that place, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I think he had to hit rock bottom, like you said. Understand that whatever you were in Golden State's not what it was doing. That's not what's needed here. Um, like we talked about last game. We've mentioned the Denny and Kuzma, that partnership, that pairing, how well it's going. And for Jordan, like maybe I'm sure in your head you were like, man, I'm gonna get here, I'm gonna lead everybody, dot dot dot. Like what's needed is what you did tonight is huge. That pass late when he got double hitting Kispert in the corner, great screen by Holmes, whatnot. But I don't know if he makes that play last week. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest. Like I'm just being honest. Like what's to keep him, as we seen earlier this season, from trying to do too much or put some sauce on that play, or just turning the ball over. And then it's one of those moments we've seen several other times this year. Instead, he was poised, divided the trap, and made a good pass. Kispert didn't have to do anything. Caught that thing and knocked it down. He had several moments like that throughout the game where he's just doing the right thing, and those little moments went a long way. I was gonna say, I know we got a Vukovic. He got his debut today. Obviously, I don't think anybody expected too much, but it was great just to see that. We knew he landed. We knew he was here last week. Just to see him get a, and you got to find out what the NBA life is like at some point. So just little minutes here and there, and kind of feeds to your point what you're talking about. Just some of these youngsters being around, getting the most of what they can get out the rest of the season. There's still value left, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, and especially for a lot of rebound team, man, you got to see what young guys you got. You got to see what they made of, because you need to see, honestly, it's a business. Who you need to get rid of and who you need to keep. It's just facts. But like I said, on the player side of things, the young fellas, you auditioning. You either auditioning to stay here or you auditioning for another team. And if you want a career in the NBA, if you're a fringe guy, which most of these young guys are, unless you Bilal, you just got drafted in the first round, you got, good 3 to 4 years to prove yourself and whatnot. If you're a fringe guy, you've been in and out of the league, G League, back and forth, or maybe overseas and coming back, you need to take these games serious. Take it with urgency. It's just shoot, it's the NBA playoffs for you. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. I mean, nothing's guaranteed. This could be your last few games in the league if you don't perform, and that's just a harsh reality, man. So, but regardless, man, how I am and my mentality, how I build, whenever you step on the floor, you should give everything you got. I don't care if the season's done, you fight for a championship, and you're in the middle of the pack. It doesn't matter. Oh, you're a max player to a fringe player. You're supposed to give everything you got, and that's what you're seeing with the Wizards, man. And the reason why these wins deserve more respect is because teams are fighting for playoffs right now. They're fighting for playoff seeding. So they come in here like, man, let's just bust their, and keep it moving. And the Wizards not rolling with that. You know what I mean? They're competing. They're playing efficient brand of basketball. It's a balanced attack. Like tonight, what they have 6 players in double figures, which made it hard to guard. So, it wasn't, they're earning these wins and they disrupting a lot of teams' plans. They're becoming irritating, and they're becoming that team that's just spoiling the party as the season comes to the close, so to speak.
And that's all you can ask for, right? In a year like this, is have them take pride in be playing spoiler. Don't be the what perceived automatic W you were earlier this year, which obviously I'm sure everybody would have wished this happened earlier, but it is what it is. Like you're here now, and they got to end it. I think a perfect guy that epitomizes what you were talking about. Johnny Davis tonight. You can look at the box score; it doesn't look like big. Every what it was 17 minutes of maximum effort tonight, flying around, sometimes just gaining extra possessions, just with this sheer activity. And again, like you said, folks fighting for their NBA lives right now, and everyone's not where like you said, everything's not set in stone, especially here. You're just not. Um, who'd you have for player of the game tonight?
You know what, man? I'm gonna give it to Jordan Poole, man. 18 points, 12 assists, and he's stepping in, being a point guard, and 12 assists, and filling in last few games. He's been filling in beautifully for Tyus Jones. You know what I'm saying? And he's putting up Tyus Jones' number. He switched his game up. He went from just getting buckets and trying to score. I'll get mine when I get mine, but let me set everybody else up and eat off of them. And the team has been better for it. You know what I'm saying? Kispert is efficient. Kuzma always gonna get his because he's the best player on the team. Sean Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Denny, and you know, it's great to watch, man. It's great to see. And now you kind of got an idea, like, all right, if Jordan Poole plays like this going into the next season, they got something. So it's just a matter if it will continue.
And I agree with that one. If they had this at the beginning of the year, it's probably a different year. He didn't know what version he was going to be, who he was going to be here in Washington. And again, we're at where we're at right now. But it's huge that he's stepping up because this one that happened again last week, a month ago, whatever. It's great that we're seeing this, but I don't think anybody foresaw this coming with how this year was going. And I think him kind of taking a step back and being more facilitator, it's kind of smooth things out for everybody else.
Right.
X Factor tonight.
Yeah, I'm about to go with Rashawn Holmes again, man. That boy, he on one. I've always liked him as well. You know, going all the way back to his Philly days at the beginning of his career, man. But 15 to 14, 7 offensive, 2, 6 and 9 from the field. He's exactly what the Wizards need moving forward. And it's a veteran big, man, that knows how to play tough, will do the dirty work. And the best thing about him is he fits in a way where he allows Kuz and all those guys to do what they do. He's kind of Gafford. He's not as athletic as Gafford. He don't get up his high, but he's kind of in that mode where he does the dirty work. But to me, he has a better feel for the game where it's, like Gafford was still kind of figure out certain things. He's already there. You know what I'm saying? Just by having more experience, toughness, and veteran leadership. So he's definitely somebody I feel the Wizards need to keep moving forward if he wants to stay. Obviously, I don't know the contract situation, but if he wants to stay, man, they need him. They need somebody like that.
Again, agree wholeheartedly. He was huge tonight, man. Like you can feel his presence watching. Like you can feel it, and you can tell the other team feel it too. There was a certain oomph in which people used to go downhill and not worry about anything for a while there, because Bags was out after Gaff left. Bags gave good minutes, and he was out for a little bit. And, they're going through it. He brings it. He brings a different type of force down there. And force is this group needed somebody to play with some type of force, especially in the paint. All right, we'll get to some of these comments. Start with Blizzy Baby. Good game, Wizards. I like what the starting lineup did. And the bench with the help scoring 23 points. Shot Kispert with the dagger in the corner.
Yeah.
Kispert reaction on his face, like, y'all going to disrespect my shot and leave me open.
But none of that would have been possible without that beautiful pass from Poole. Like that, because he set it up beautifully. They thought he was Denny. He was looking at Denny, but threw it to the corner. The whole defense, but they couldn't even recover, man. So, once again, man, shout out to Poole, man. Because I don't think early in the season he would have made that pass. He probably would have tried to force something.
Facts. I love what the starting lineup did. Good game for Wizards' positive energy. Then he got to knock those free throws down in clutch games. He gave them a chance. I'm glad Brown missed. I didn't want to watch overtime. I didn't want to sit for overtime. So the same place you at. It's cold. At this point, I'm conflicted because part of me feels good for the young guys contributing big in the win, but I still want that top pick. I'm going to let you go first on this one, Cardell. Go ahead.
You already know what I'm going to say. That guarantees nothing. They can't afford to just keep losing. They've lost the last few years. What has it gotten them? So it's better to build a morale and build a winning culture, build winning habits. So wherever they land in the draft, whoever they draft, that kid comes into a situation where he can learn and get better because it's a winning culture. You know what I'm saying? And he can, and that winning culture is going to be a standard that he has to live up to, and it will force him to have to stay on his grind or whatever, so he can make an impact sooner than later. It always comes back to winning. So you can get the number one pick all you want, man. I mean, like the conversation is when Phoenix drafted DeAndre Ayton. He's not even on the team no more. But they could have had Luka Doncic, who came from a winning situation, MVP over there in EuroLeague and all that. And we all know what Trae Young was doing in college. Could have had either one. But you can see where the Hawks is at. So out of those three, who were the top three projected players, who was the one that was winning at their previous position? Luka. So I rest my case.
A little 2 cents here is I'd rather have this. I'd rather have the habits built, the foundation set, and have that kid who's already going to be coming in with a lot of stuff on their plate, not have to worry about setting and establishing a culture. That's a hell of a thing for a young player to have to deal with.
And you can have the number one pick all you want. If you draft wrong, with the it doesn't matter. It's going to set you back. So still come back to evaluating properly.
And the other thing, depending how this thing ends, if like you said, the habits continue to be built, it changes that picture come draft time too. So Michael Kirksey before the buzzer, as far as we've been, we still got dibs on that first pick. Then he followed it up with just Rashawn Holmes balling out.
Yeah, sure. Keep winning, keep stacking W's.
Facts. They got I think they're on the road on Monday. So we'll check in with you guys after that game. But y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.